As an individual, if I was to analyze my traits, obstinacy, resilience, tenacity, and being a phlegmatic character, I mean, it comes quite naturally to me. So I never give up. If there's a task, despite efforts, if I've not been able to do, I try to cut it into many parts. Many times a big task looks very big. So if you can divide it into smaller parts, you know, chances of doing it or successfully completing it are more. Another method I try is that if I don't know, I go to somebody who knows. For most jobs in life, you don't have all the answers. So if you can find somebody who knows how to do that job better than it sort of makes life easier. And if you have spent 25 to 30 years in a management role as I have, you have scores of people whom you know, to whom you can turn back and ask for support when you run into a corner you can't navigate. So that's one method I try. The third method I try is I sleep over the problem. And it's just a funny thing, but I found that when I sleep over a problem, God gives me the strength, the innovation, and sometimes a new thought or a new energy. And the problem's solution is something I find on my next morning walk. So depends on the problem, depends on the question, depends on the situation. I mean, these are the few of the methods I try. See, in life, winning and losing is part of everyday routine, work. So you see as much of success as you see of failure. One shouldn't take life too seriously. So if there is a setback, you really need to look at it from a different perspective. Why should it, for instance, affect your happiness? One single failure doesn't end your life. So the way I try to sort of bring myself back to normal and again have a go at the difficult task is I ask myself, what have I lost? Or what's the worst that could happen from this failure? That sort of sets me thinking that life is not too bad after all. Another thing I do is I look at the mistake I made in doing that effort and try to correct it. Despite several efforts, if I can't do it, I'll go to somebody who's better at it than I am. And I always try to explain it to myself that one shouldn't get the failure into stressing you too much. Because end of the day, you can't have everything in life. And anyway, as a person, I'm somebody who doesn't have too many wants in life. I don't chase so many things to get. So failure, therefore, don't put me off very much. I don't have to worry about my EMIs or the bad days that follow. I don't have to worry about what I will lose because my needs and my wants are low. Similarly, if I was being appraised and I had a bad appraisal, one aspect of self motivation is that as an individual, if you are satisfied, contented, and happy, you will find that any normal setback doesn't put you permanently down. Sooner rather than later, you'll be a normal self. And if this is something you can do, you will find yourself a lot more happier, a lot more successful, and a lot more productive in your life. So, the way I look at it, setbacks are a part of life. If you can face setbacks, if you can learn from them and use them as a stepping stone, you will find yourself a lot more successful, a lot more happier, and a lot more contented in life. That's the way I like to treat setbacks, and that's how I'd like to link it to motivation. But happiness and self motivation, nobody can give you. You either have it within you or you don't have it. But my personal belief at the end of the day is no individual motivates you like you yourself can. So that's the central point, and that's what I feel I live by, and that's what I swear by, because I've done that all my life, and I haven't any regrets. Different people get motivated differently, but some of the words which could motivate anybody or could spark anybody are words like action, for instance, or passion. Passion motivates people. Other words, if you ask me, are words like perseverance, ambition, clarity, belief, drive. Something that can motivate everybody is a good challenge thrown at him. And among the other things I can think of are words like courage or commitment. Because the person who doesn't have commitment cannot have passion. And if he doesn't have passion, I mean, how can he be motivated? So these are few of the words I would associate with motivation.